What's going on, guys? I'm Jaye Black. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. I want to talk about Master P. Okay, Master P, Percy Miller. He went through a divorce with his first wife that I believe was finalized in 2016. And we have not heard anything from Sonya. But now he's petitioning the court to make him single because Sonya refuses to sign the paperwork. Now, there are people believing that he's doing this because he's gotten with another woman and he wants to marry her. That shouldn't matter. This woman has had years to sign the paperwork in order to allow him to be considered single, right? But she refused to do it. And I believe one of the reasons why Sonya refuses to sign the paperwork is because Sonya knows that Master P is going to probably end up marrying another woman. Now, we can't say that he hasn't been paying her because we have not heard a peep from Sonya. We haven't heard a peep from Sonya in years. So we can't say that. So what other reason is there for her to not sign the paperwork and allow him to be considered single and allow herself to be considered single? It is because she does not want him to move on. Master P has tried everything to bring a solution to this marriage. He's done everything on his behalf in order to finalize this divorce. People are going to say it's money. I don't think it has anything to do with money because she would have said something by now. It has everything to do with the fact this woman is unhappy and she wants him to be unhappy. She does not want him to marry another woman because for the most part, Master P's kids are around him, or I don't know if they all live with him, but I know that Hersey is off to college. He's done a lot for Hersey. We all know Romeo. He's done a lot with him. And I just think that Sonya is somebody that is still trying to hold on and still refuses to move on from this marriage. Even though, listen, if a man held a woman in a marriage for 10 years and refused to sign the paperwork, refused to finalize the divorce proceedings, you would hear nothing but outrage, right? Oh, why does he hold her hostage? Why won't he let her go? Why won't he let her be happy? I'm pretty sure people can say the same thing about, Master P, but they're not, because men aren't allowed to move on. Only women are allowed to move on. Men are not allowed to say, you know what, you filed. And that's the crazy thing. Sonya filed for divorce in 2013. She did. She's the one who filed for divorce. So it's very interesting that people are not going to Sonya and saying, well, Sonya, you wanted to be divorced. Why are you still not signing the paperwork? But they're not going to do that. So let's get to this article from Yahoo. Let's see. It says, pay that woman or move on, sir. Unbelievable. It says Master P seeks single status as decade after he and estranged wife Sonya separated and filed for divorce. Master P is ready to be recognized as a legally single man after years of separation from his estranged wife, Sonya Miller. Miller and the No Limit Records founder and CEO married in 1989, but have been separated since 2010. And Miller, who is the mother of the couple's 7 children, filed for divorce in 2013. But that is as far as the process of legally separating has gone until now. Why? Why has it gone? Why has it stalled? Can anybody explain that to me? Or are we going to sit here and blame Percy for this? We're going to blame Percy, Master P. We're going to blame him for why his wife refuses to move on. According to TMZ, Master P filed a court documents requesting that both he and Miller be deemed legally single through a process known as bifurcation of divorce. This is how you say it. If granted single status by the court, both parties will be able to address separation issues such as alimony, division of assets, and parental custody agreements at a later date. The demise of the couple's relationship, which in part was due to Miller's alleged drug and alcohol use, hers, not his, has played out at times in front of the public and found their children caught in the crossfire. In a public statement addressed their separation in 2014, Master P said, I take great care of all the kids and all their needs are being met in an abundance. I come from the ghetto. I changed my life, but she didn't want to grow with me, so we're not together. That same year, the music business mogul lost custody of 4 of his children, Hersey, Mercy, Tatiana, and Italy, to Miller after failing to appear for custody hearing. He was also ordered to pay Miller $75,000 legal bill. Hersey, 19, and Mercy, who's 16, are both blossoming basketball stars who in recent years appeared to be under the care of their father. Miller's claims in divorce filings revealed that she is seeking monetary compensation for her role in helping to make him say, rapper amass a $200 million fortune with his label. They always claim they help these guys build their fortune. I don't think so. Yes, you were at home, you were taking care of home, but as far as business is concerned, I don't know about that, because she would be a part of the label. She would have a title. She would be a part of the label in some capacity. In the past, she has sued the rapper for 40% of his physical community assets, such as cars and homes. The former couple's eldest son, Romeo Miller, has even found himself on the receiving end of his mother's scorn. In 2015, she sued Romeo, alleging that he was a pawn in his father's asset hiding scheme. And that was just low. When she sued Romeo, I thought that was the lowest you could go as a parent. Parents should never bring their children into the middle of their drama. I don't care what you think Romeo did. At the end of the day, that's still a child that you carried for 9 months and you took care of. Why is it so easy for these women to turn on their children? That's crazy to me. Now, again, I've seen fathers and sons go at each other, but I've seen numerous stories of women turn on their children. Listen, if Romeo cares about you as a mother, why would he help his father steal from you? Wouldn't he say, no, I'm not going along with that? Wouldn't he come to you, Sonia, and say, you know what, I love you too much for you to have to deal with this? He didn't. Because maybe your children don't like you, especially your eldest children, because they all seem to be around Percy than they are around you. I haven't spoke to my mother in months due to the advice she's taken from her lawyers, he wrote. It sucks because the only person I've worked so hard was to make my mother proud. Publicly, this falling out was among the last fans had heard of the couple's ongoing issues, making news of Master P seeking single status perplexing for those who forgot he was ever married. Yeah, he was married. What in the make 'em say ons this? And Free Corey Miller commented on social media. Others suggest Master P cut his financial losses and go through with the divorce once and for all. Pay that woman and move on, sir, and divorce. It's called divorce. Sir, just complete the process and quit trying to reinvent the wheel. These are people who know nothing about the legal process. I don't think he's trying to keep money from Sonia. I think he's been paying Sonia because Sonia would have said something. Do you really think Sonia's going to sit up there and not be receiving money from Percy? Percy has been paying Sonia. But the thing is that Sonia refuses to finalize the divorce because when in their initial, I think I have the article here, in their initial settlement, you would think that they settled the financial situation to the point to where she should have incentive to divorce. Remember, she filed for divorce. If you want to leave the marriage so bad, Sonia, why don't you file the divorce? Don't you want to move on, Sonia? Don't you want to marry somebody else, Sonia? Why would you sit there and not have complete the paperwork? Because what? Are you looking for another opportunity to make more money? But we haven't heard anything from Sonia's side in years. That is why I don't think it's a money motivated thing. It's about her knowing that he's going to marry somebody else. And she wants to stop that. This is way more than just money. This is personal. Whenever you see these women trying to come after these guys for money, it has a lot to do with them being hurt personally. Look at actor Jesse Williams. Like Jesse Williams divorced his wife, and his wife was mad because he done went and moved on. that she came after him hard for money, and Jesse Williams ended up paying her a lot of money to go away. He did. But that was because of her feelings were hurt. Her feelings were hurt. She felt like she put her life on hold to help him succeed in his career. I don't know what she thought she was going to get, but a man is not going to stay married to a woman he's unhappy with these days. They're going to divorce, just like any unhappy woman will divorce a man that they're unhappy with. It's going to happen. Now let's read a little bit from this Music Times article. This was as of 2015. The ugly court battle between the media mogul Master P and his estranged wife Sonia has finally come to an end, and the result is not pretty for the No Limit Records entrepreneur. Despite the nasty back and forth allegations between the estranged couple, ultimately Miller has been ordered to pay Sonia $27,000 a month plus all legal fees accrued during the case. According to TMZ, the divorce battle had begun well over 2 years ago, has finally come to an end to the tune of well over $30,000. After all the divorce drama between the couple, who have been married for over 20 years, Sonia's request for child support and spousal support was granted. Miller has been ordered to pay $16,000 in spousal support and $10,000 in child support, totaling $27,000 per month. The specific child and spousal support order are only temporary and can later increase as more assets are identified and calculated. The couple share 4 minor children in addition to their adult son Romeo, who was also dragged into the divorce battle, again by her. Sonia filed a lawsuit against Romeo, citing that her husband was using Romeo's bank accounts to hide his assets, so he would appear to have a lot less money than he actually did. I don't think Master P would need to use his son. Master P got plenty of connections. He got plenty of people. I don't think he would have gave that to his son. He has plenty of business partners. He could have, as if he did that, he could have done that. He could have put that into different company accounts. You don't know, that she may not know of. The accusations did not place any fault on Romeo, but did identify him as a pawn in his father's plan to leave her with less money. These women always want to walk off with the bag, don't they? They always want to walk off with the bag. Let me skip a little bit of this. In addition to a monthly sum, Miller now has to cover $200,000 in attorney's fees. Also, as for Miller attempting to put her out of her home, the judge settled on that matter as well, awarding the mother 6 exclusive rights to live there with her children. So she got spousal support and the house. So what check do they need him to cut? I'm trying to figure out what check they think that he's supposed to cut. He's been cutting checks. He's been cutting checks. Ultimately, it's up to Sonia to make sure that, listen, if he's already been paying this, and trust me, he's been paying it, because she would have said something by now. Black women are not going to sit there and be quiet about not getting money, okay? So we know he's been paying Sonia. Sonia got the house, I guess, that they had that was his, that they gave to her. But all he wants her to do is be declared single, which that they should grant that. I mean, he's already paying out of pocket. This man is paying out of pocket. He should be allowed to be considered single. He should not have to sit there and have to deal with his ex-wife still trying to hold on, which is what this is. Ultimately, she needs to go ahead and file the paperwork and complete this divorce instead of holding on, because no man will be allowed to get away with this. So let us know in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you like this video and share it.